Hey everyone, and welcome back to Godsfall Escape the Union. My microphone can be heard. We're roughly on time. Things are going well this time.
Woo!
All right, so I'm going to go around and introduce us one by one, starting in the top left with Amity.
Hi, I'm Orla. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Amity, the demigod of redistribution.
And Ashrin. Ashrin. That's okay. Isha. Good to see you.
You did it right correctly this time around. It's
I did
our
okay.
fault now.
I did okay. That's all right. Casual Friday.
Okay. She lost her ability to hear.
Oh, well, that is a problem. Okay, well, then, you know what, Ashrin? We'll jump over and just jump in whenever you're back in. Magnuson, how are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well. How you doing, Aram? How you doing, God?
Oh, no, you know what? You know what? Like, if a DM does it right, they're not God, because God wouldn't care about just 5 people bumbling around.
No, you're Satan.
You know what I mean? Right? Well, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, or just maybe like the Watcher from Marvel, as we're talking about comics earlier. Like, I'm just like, I'm a little too involved. I should be more casual, but I'm not. Like, that's kind of the way I see it.
Fair. But hi, I'm doing well. Hi, I'm Chris, and I play Magnuson. He's the demigod of shooting light into elves.
That is what he does. Shoot
Phrasing?
with elves.
Is that a phrasing?
Phrasing.
No,
That was a
it's-
phrasing.
Yeah, it's phrasing. What?
That's fine. It's
Elves
fine.
are born by plants. What is it?
I
You're good to go.
You did make elves weird in your world.
Did well. They needed to be. They lived for 1,000 years. It didn't make any
Weird.
sense. I mean, come
Weird is a
on.
relative term.
Yeah, I mean they are weird. They don't sink into snow. Remember that weird scene we had to watch because for some reason Tolkien was like they walk on top of snow, so they purposely like put him in a mountain. They're all like in like 4 feet of snow, struggling along, and he's just like
See, that's
gently-
the thing though. That wasn't in the book. What happened in the book
What?
was that he didn't really leave footprints all that deeply in snow. That the rest of them were leaving footprints like this deep, and then in
Okay.
the movie they were like up to here in snow and like
Right,
fucking
right.
floating or some shit.
Right. It was
Like
so
it was very
crazy.
different in the book.
It was so weird. It's like, why would elves have the ability to not sink into
They,
snow?
they
Why
don't.
Would it
They were
hold
just
them
like
differently?
slightly more graceful.
Right.
It was a really subtle moment
How
in the
did
book
no
where
one
like
stop
one of the
them?
Hobbit looks over and is like,
There's a lot
wow,
of
he's
stuff
not
that
even
didn't
really
stop them
leaving
about.
footprints.
But
be
like,
honest.
how was one person like, I know that we're going to set this whole thing up, and I know it's going to cost $500,000 to have him look like he's walking on snow. I don't think we need to.
It'll be so cool though. It'll be so cool.
Right. It was.
Did you ever hear about the
dumb.
story with Sean Bean and those scenes?
No. Which one
Okay,
is
so
he,
Sean
first of all?
Bean, he's the one who plays Boromir,
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
right? So Sean Bean, terrified of heights, right?
Oh no.
So the rest of them get all their hair and makeup and everything done, it's put into a helicopter and flown up beside this mountain. Sean Bean's like, I'm not getting in that fucking helicopter. You can all fuck off. So he hikes for like 2 hours in full hair and makeup and costume and everything up the side of a mountain in New Zealand to do
That's
that. Shoot.
amazing. I cannot believe
Yeah.
someone didn't send a camera guy along with him for that. That would have been
Oh, they
a
were
great...
filming him out of the helicopter and laughing because there's all this footage in the making of everyone leaning out of the helicopter and laughing at him.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, well, Yara, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Tyler. I play Yara, the demigod of stewardship. My pronouns are he, him. Hers are she, they.
Excellent. And Diamond.
Hi, I'm James. I play Diamond in the Rough, the demigod of trash. And we've got Mary back so she can introduce Ashton properly.
Perfect. And Ashlyn.
Yes.
There we go.
For some reason my headphones failed.
Bummer.
It happens.
My name is Mary, and my pronouns are she or they, and I play Ashen Amars, the demigod of strength.
Gotcha. Are your headphones wireless?
Yes.
Ah, wireless technology. It's like sometimes.
This is the first time I've done that in the
Oh,
last
really?
10 episodes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I've been
not
wearing
bad.
them almost every episode.
That is not bad. I am trying to debate whether or not to do, because there was this pair of like wireless where it's like one ear and then one ear's open, and I like that because I found it more balancing. But I know it's gonna fail at some point.
Yeah.
When I need it, it's gonna fail because wireless just waits. Wireless is like a coffee maker. Most of the time, right? But that one time you really need it to work, or you turn your back and leave the kitchen, and it just fucking floods everything with
Yeah.
bitterness. You know?
Yeah.
What the fuck do Americans have in their kitchen?
You've never flooded a coffee maker?
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, more than
Why?
once. I've done
How
it.
could it? Where is
Because
the water coming from?
I think this isn't a kitchen appliance problem. I think this is an Aram lack of technological
This is
expertise
100%.
problem.
But where is the
Possible.
water coming from?
Well, it's got like
So
I have coffee makers
Inside
that
the
will boil the
coffee
water,
maker.
and then they'll like it'll make steam, and then the steam will condense, and then it comes back down, and that's how it makes coffee,
you-
right?
Do you put the water in like yourself, or is it like wired into your main?
No.
water?
You put the water in yourself. When I'm talking like floods,
Okay,
I'm
well, how
not
much
talking
water
like
could you
it
flood a
fills
kitchen
the
with?
whole kitchen with coffee. I'm being a bit hyperbolic here.
Okay, I
just
was
mean-
thinking like
yeah.
when your washing machine floods the kitchen, like that's.
That's
I was like,
pretty
how
basic,
could that? Under what circumstances?
Well, see, we
could
know
that
Amity
fuck the
doesn't
cup-
live in the U.S. because her washing
know,
machine
it's
is
like-
in the kitchen.
Hey, you got nice
The
sinks,
house I'm in, the
you got
washing
nice
machine is
sinks,
in the
You got
kitchen.
all your appliances yell at you. I don't know what you're up to
That's
over there.
true. That's true.
Welcome to the Internet of Things, ladies
I
and
haven't
gentlemen.
been in a house in a long time, and I'm in a newly built house right now. And one of the things that trips me out about it is that it's a 5-bedroom house, right? There's a water heater, but it's not a water heater. It's that instant water heater thing. It sits on the wall. It's about 3 feet tall, and it provides instant hot water to the entire house all the time. It never runs. I have no
Well-
idea how it works. It's insane.
Welcome to Godsfall Skith Union. Coming up next, Dogsfall, the
Loving.
dog podcast.
We should probably get going. All right.
Yeah.
So, which one of you is doing our recap?
Hi, that would be me.
Excellent.
I was shunted into the hot seat today.
That makes sense too, because it was a little bit of a focus on Magnuson, and we should talk about both. So yeah, absolutely.
So, starting at where we left off at the top of episode 10, the group finds out that Yara's cousin is actually Cebu, and there's like a, oh my gosh, what the heck moment. And then we find out Amity is still a little too drunk to be dealing with Steelbeard for a moment. And a lot of eyes turn to Yara because they look at her and they realize, oh wait, she doesn't have a tree anymore. So how are you still alive? And I kind of slap the drunk out of Amity because, come on, we need you coherent, please.
That's how it works. Just hit someone really hard, and then they're sober.
And it's explained to us that in this version of reality, Yara never went into the Union, and that it actually just poof and exploded with a bunch of demigods inside it. And
Was one of them the demigod of explosions? Aram, can we confirm that? King?
Right? Yeah. Yes. One of them was the demigod of sabotaging unions. That's what it was. Yeah. Really shouldn't have put him in there. They're just asking for it.
Spoilers for my backup character.
And then Ashrin has a back thought that, oh right, when we first looked in the book the first time, the Ironwood wasn't snowing.
Right.
And then
That was really good. I think I gave you
and then the
inspiration
next-
for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
No?
Amity
No.
chimes in with, well,
I'm a
wait a
jerk.
minute. All of the
Yeah.
different realities change whenever we're around, so that's kind of weird.
Right.
And we're standing at the edge of this crater, and there's a bunch of elves basically petrified made of stone trying to crawl out of the epicenter of this explosion, essentially. But one of them starts cracking and becoming animate and floods with this greenish, almost Icarish energy.
Yeah.
And the elves kill it.
Someone says, "Icar, take a shot."
Yeah. Diamond looks at them as well, these maybe have some potential here. And
These are not
Yara's Yara's well, we can do some stuff here. And Ashton's yeah, we can do some stuff here.
Yeah.
So
Very Care Bears moment. Yeah.
Yeah, the demi gang, as we're called,
Yeah.
funnel all of our divine energy into
Wait.
me.
Is that it? Is that what we are? Are we the
I don't know.
Demi Gang?
That's-
is that,
that's-
is that
that's
like
what-
Determined that
hashtag?
many episodes ago.
Is that like
That's what-
hashtag
that's what
Demi
my
That's
Gang?
show-
someone else.
Yeah.
That's what my script says, Aram.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We
understood.
determined that several episodes
Did we?
ago.
We did.
Yeah.
We did not
I-
coherently vote on that, so we're
We-
gonna
No,
find out
I
on
think we-
episode
Has
12.
not been an in-character discussion in any
No.
way, shape, or form.
Not in character, out of character. We jokingly
This was a
referred to
Discord
ourselves to it
conversation.
through the
That's
Discord.
Yeah, because
We did the skull.
Godsfall was godlings, and so
Yeah.
Demi Gang's actually pretty. Wait, I'm sorry. What was it? Was it
Demi
Gang?
Gang.
Demi Gang. I did
Or
like
the
that.
demi
Yeah.
gang, as
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we'll vote later. Yeah.
Sure. So,
It was episode 5 that we started.
Zoe
no.
the homie and
4,
Seth
episode 4.
is, Powerful Care Bear. I think we should call ourselves the Care Bears.
I do like it. Care Bear
in
stare.
any regard.
Yeah, sorry.
We decide to have a 5-way bridge. How good of an idea this will be.
So
Nothing
far, you
has
guys
ever
have
gone
faced
wrong
no
before.
No, so far you faced no consequences from the bridge whatsoever. As far as you're
Fair.
concerned, like you could be like, "Oh man, the place is so dirty. Can't we just bridge?" Like, you know, I mean, like, there's no reason not to right now.
Anyway, so we all have we all stand in a circle and we sing Kumbaya. And there's some ribbons tied to our wrists, and we bridge.
Yeah.
And all that energy basically funnels into me like a magnifying glass,
A
magnifying glass.
magnifying glass.
Wow. I wish I could
you
take
should
away
take a
XP.
Yeah, you should take a D4 psychic damage
You
for
don't
that
give
one.
XP.
I know. That's why I'm bummed. I can't take anything away.
All of that energy funnels into me, and I shoot a bunch of beams of light at the elves, upcasting Greater Restoration, because apparently I can do that.
Yeah, that was a good moment. I like
It was
that
a really
lot.
good moment.
Yeah, there was gonna be a fight there, but that was nice. I like that.
It was quite nice.
Yeah.
And then they unpetrify and become real elves again.
Yep.
In the midst of all the elves is little small Yara and her mother,
Yeah.
which is weird because Yara's standing right here.
Every fucking bit is mean, just a little bit shorter.
And in that moment, reality and time shift. Sebu gets dumb and almost shoots someone, and then
Which I still don't
get
get,
to
but
Fucking
whatever.
Sebu.
I get
it's just
distracted. Yeah, I get distracted trying to think of the scoreboard because I want to see how awesome and how many points I got. And then I look into seeing all the different realities that could exist centered on the Union, I think. And then Barros finds us, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta go.
Peace out.
And we jump
Yeah.
into the Spear of Jarden, and now we're here.
Which was better than the Void.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Maybe.
I for one was down for the Void. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, to be honest. I mean,
There's
it's
not
an
an
option.
explosion in the void.
Yeah, I mean, it's
don't know
like,
that.
There are mornings you
don't.
you wake up and you're like, the forest or the void.
Look, I
Alina
crave the sweet embrace of the void.
does
All
sound nice.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it sounds
We
like
are
you'd
all
be,
on Twitter.
Like, I mean, how often do you get to make a choice and you're sure about what the outcome's gonna
Yeah.
be? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a
So-
lot.
Pretty sure that's void.
Yeah. So we show up at the Spear of Jarden, and we're outside an observatory at the Spear of Jarden, and we show up exactly as the World Storm drops, and we see the Union, and we see the Union explode.
Yep.
And
Just
all of a sudden now
crackling
there's
wound in reality.
there's a black hole in reality sucking everything in, and we have to figure out how to not fall into that death trap of death and traps
No.
of death and death
Fortunately,
traps.
you are far enough away. So you are, several hundred miles back, right? So you're definitely far enough away that you're not going to fall in right away. But you are seeing chunks of the world crackle, just like breaking off and just tumbling and vanishing into this void.
That's fine. We're outside the event horizon for now.
And there we
You
go.
are for now, yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent recap.
And
Take
begin.
inspiration. Good job.
Woohoo!
Yeah, all right. So that's where you all are. You are on the edge of this precipice, probably a
oblivion.
mile up, right? And well, hang on. How far would you be at a mile up? Too far? A half a mile. How
Mile
far
up
was the
of-
how far before it gets like there's no oxygen, you can't breathe? It's like
Oh,
it's
like 2 or
20
3 miles.
Oh, like 2 or 3 miles.
Yeah.
God,
Well,
Yeah.
miles 5,000
Wow.
feet, and that's not
Right.
that bad.
That's not like a 5,000 feet.
10,000 feet is when you start getting iffy.
right. Denver's
Yeah.
Or like
Like, it'll be
Like a
8,000.
cold.
mile up is a high mountain.
right. Denver's
Well,
like
yeah,
a mile
for
up,
ref-
right?
Yeah.
Like the
For
city
reference-
of
Well, like
Denver.
the Rocky Mountains are like 10,000.
Okay, well,
Mount
not,
Everest-
we're not
10,000.
that far up.
The highest peak in the world, Mount Everest, is just shy of 30,000 feet.
Right.
Right.
Now
That's
the,
6 miles.
the
ish.
the mountain range around you is taller than that. This is the
Yeah.
result of the gods war. These were shot up from external forces that came from space and smashed into the planet recently, and then they were pressed up against a magical barrier that stopped them from destroying the world. So the mountains around you are very jagged, very steep, and extend past the atmosphere and into space. But you are not that high up.
That's
You are only
sick.
about 5,000 feet up, which would be, again, the equivalent of roughly Denver. And you are right outside of a giant observatory with a huge spyglass. Well, not a huge spy, but like a giant telescope pointed in the direction of the Union that currently has a big canvas or leather tarp over it, but a couple of the springs have let go and it's kind of flapping in the wind.
Well,
So Amity just laughs. Amity's literally just standing there laughing at this stage. Just
Right.
like,
I think
yeah.
Asher
Fuck
just
it,
sits.
right?
Asher just sits down and like.
Should old acquaintance be God.
F in the chat for that Union.
What is
I mean,
going
why not?
on?
Oh, I don't
So,
know. The world's
why?
ending again?
What the fuck?
What is?
Hmm.
I
There's
mean,
a hole in the world.
we blew up this one. Now only a couple thousand unions to go.
I don't think this is our fault. I also don't think this was a good thing.
Oh no, I think this was not our fault. I think it's not a good thing, but I also think it's really funny.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
like,
think
what
I
are you
could
gonna
fix
do,
that.
right? Right, like,
mean-
like if you just poured it into somewhere and you just saw like part of the planet just evaporating into a nothing, yeah, you'd be like, well, fuck it. This is kind of funny, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess we're doing this today. It's like,
Right.
the
What are you
feeling.
gonna do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait,
Do you guys want to go check out the big telescope before we get sucked into the yawning void?
I think
Sure.
That sounds great.
What do you think the
I-
view's like? Do you think if we pointed the telescope into the black hole, what do you think we can see?
Well, if it's anything like the books I've sometimes come across, you gaze into the abyss and it gazes back. So if you see a giant eyeball, we're leaving.
So the problem was we had the choice of going to the Sphere of Jarden or the Void, and we went to the Sphere of Jarden, and now the Sphere
And
of
the
Jarden
Void
is
is
the
the
Void.
Da, 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 da. Hey, all roads lead-
Featuring the
all
Void
roads
from the
lead
Void
to
May
the
Cry
Void.
series.
So
Oh,
like,
I, for
Diamond, it
one-
has to be said, if you are anywhere and you look into something and a giant eyeball looks back, that is pretty universally bad. I think I would say.
Yeah.
Oh,
so.
yes. No, if there's
That's
a
like
giant
solid advice no matter where we
once
are.
an eyeball
fair.
gets past about knee height, you just leave.
Yeah, you're just like, no, that's too big.
Actually, no,
Does that
I'm
include a
also
certain
like the
ankle.
dragon
like-
turtle.
Like the eyeball itself, once it's past your knee.
Like if an eyeball is
Right.
too big,
Right,
you're
not
just like,
the
well, no.
the location, which would be where all eyeballs are, which is what I thought you were saying. Like, so you trust nothing and no one.
Well, yes.
Absolutely
And-
no one.
I
Not
trust
even
small
yourself.
turtles and dogs, but only below a certain height.
I trust myself, but only when I'm down on all fours and
Right,
crouched
exactly.
very low.
It's the only time. When I
Only
stand, I cannot be trusted.
I
So,
mean,
No.
I'm curious, is this very similar to Yara's vision when she went into the forest and Dueno was there and just like when everything was on fire? Is this pretty similar to that?
It's similar, except for the fact that that was kind of the result of a implosion. That, you know, something struck the earth and caused a crater and a bunch of fire, right? Wasn't that
Okay.
what it was? So there was a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
hole,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But this is like there is the crater that existed because a while ago there was, well, not a long time ago, but a while ago there was this God's War, right? And
Right.
there's about 100 years in this timeline from when that event happens. It was a huge crater with this like swollen wound of earth in the middle, and the Union coming out of that because that was
Okay.
the epicenter of where this thing struck.
Okay, so very, very clearly two different things right now.
Yes, very clearly. And so, like, imagine like if there was a crater, right? And in the middle of the crater, there was a section of it, like maybe at this point a mile wide, where there was just a void, like there was a hole, and there was nothing but blackness in that hole, and then chunks of the earth around it were cracking away and falling in. It was expanding by like 100 feet a minute.
I'm
that kind of
assuming
thing.
the Union isn't still standing, is it?
It's gone. The Union is gone.
Okay.
You saw it explode, and then what was left was nothing, just a whole reality.
Just so we know here. So it exploded outwards. I presume whatever parts weren't like vaporized instantly only went so far before maybe they got pulled back into this thing here, or like did any chunks of the Union actually escape?
It's pretty
Pass.
far on the horizon. You'd have to investigate somehow.
for example, with this giant telescope.
Yes.
Let's head
precisely.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get
head up there.
inside.
All right. So
Uh, The giggles are starting to wear off.
That's fair.
What does Oinkers think of all this? Actually,
So
That's a good
Oinkers,
question.
as you think that, actually, you look and Oinkers is already like 60 feet up the path, happily trotting towards the observatory because Oinkers has been there.
Oinkers, wait, Oinkers! And she runs after her.
Okay, hang on, wait.
Wait, let me check for I run after them. Let me check for traps.
Right now you're just on a path, but Oinkers is happily like leading the way up there, right? Like,
I've got tiny legs.
So
Alright,
does
and
Oinkers.
And well, Oinkers just transforms. Oinkers just transforms. I really need to get like little felt wings that I can Velcro on, and like little horns. So whenever Oinkers changes into an animal, it's just her with like.
You could get little costumes like you'd get for a
dogs.
tiny dog.
You can. I can get little Chihuahua costumes, and they'll basically fit her. And I've considered that, but I'm only so crazy, and there's only so much I can do to keep myself.
I'm only so
attached to
crazy,
reality.
Aram says, clutching the sock
know,
puppet
I
on his
know.
arm.
I'm
His
only
big
so
sock
crazy.
puppet.
Isn't that right? That's true. You're only so nuts. See, like I'm only that nuts. So, Oinkers heads up and like goes right to the front door, but stops because hears you guys like shouting at her. So,
What are you doing?
are you talking to her, or are you just
Yeah,
talking?
yeah. I'm talking
Are
to her.
you using a speak with animals, or are you just like talking to her?
Well,
as a pet?
I can. It's not a spell. It's I always speak with beasts.
Right. Okay. Right. Which is why Oinker sounds like a himbo now. Right.
We can change that right now if you want.
That's
I heard.
Fine. No, that's
No,
fine.
no.
I'm good.
It's too late now.
I'm good. Maybe
No,
we can change
Himbo's-
Oinkers. Maybe this is just this
Oinkers is
Oinker.
Himbo forever. Or
That's right.
Himbat, whatever.
Himbo.
Shimbo.
Shimbo, there you
Shimbo. Shimbo's good. So, yeah. So I've been here. This place is great. I had a fight and beat up 2 thugs, and I was a snake. Does that help? Answering your question?
Does she say we can go in?
So apparently Oinkers
Which is
was
not
here.
my place. I can't speak for it. However,
She says she
Ow!
she says
from
she
Winnie the
had a
Pooh
fight
all of
here
a sudden.
once, and that she can't speak for it, but we can come in. I don't know, Oinkers. You're not making a whole lot of sense right now.
I was here, except it was another place. I know that we're not here yet.
We can
Wait a
go
minute.
in.
Let me check the drawer. I'm checking the door for traps, please.
There's another one of me here. There's another one. There's not here, but here, in this place. There's more than me. I'd like to meet me. Can I meet me? Can we meet me?
Yara's very confused right now, and
is
she
she
just goes
saying?
down and pets Oinkers, and she said, she says that there's another her in there. So
No. I said
No.
there's another me here in this world.
there's another her here in the world.
Yes. Or
Isn't
there
that what I
was.
said?
It's after. Somewhat different.
If she wants to find the other one, I might be able to help.
It's
Is
Oinkers.
this,
It's okay. It's okay, girl. Let's just go inside. I don't.
Hey, I'm checking the door for
Oinkers-
traps.
Oinkers
Just kicks
is-
the door right open. Just poof. And it almost falls off.
There's a trap check.
It almost falls off its hinge. It is, and dust just gets kicked up immediately. Everything inside is covered in cobwebs. Shutters are thrown open. Snow fills up some of the landings. Like it is obviously been abandoned for some time.
Is it dark? Do I need to cast light or something?
No,
so that
there's
people can see?
basically enough. Well, it's like dim. If you want to cast light, you can, but you guys can see pretty easily, especially because the tarps that are supposed to be fully protecting this area where the whole telescope sticks out are flapping and open. So it's fairly bright in here. Probably should not be.
I'm gonna go check on the telescope. See if I
Okay.
can figure it out.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Looking around.
I'm gonna
Okay.
follow Amity.
Sure. All right. So you guys all kind of. So in the middle of this room, it's basically a big circular room, right? And there's all along the edges. There's like all the places where the keeper of the observatory would live and eat and study and do research, and it's kind of all in like a circular area around the middle. There's a raised platform, and then has this giant telescope facing out, and then there's all these canvas covers to protect the outside and canvas covers over the glass itself.
I want to see if I can figure out why it's here. I mean, obviously, it's to watch the Union.
Yeah, and there's
like,
plenty of evidence.
Why
around
are
it.
they watching the Union?
Well, at this point, so I would like you to do an investigation. Might as well roll. It's Dungeon Dragons. What are we? 35 minutes in, first roll. Good job. Oh,
Nope.
that's unfortunate.
No,
Okay,
re-roll
so-
it, re-roll it, re-roll
Good,
it.
Are you
good.
sure?
Yep.
I have unlimited one re-rolls for you guys.
Oh, that's
Might as
true.
well.
It's just the ones.
Yeah.
14.
Just ones.
14. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, with a glance around, there are drawings of the Union, and then there are notes next to it where they've made extra drawings. There's drawings of the World Storm. There's pressure readings. There's all these different, indications that they are clearly watching the storm, watching when it falls, watching the Union march, and marking all of these times. There's also a whole book of interviews where they have had people interview when they come through the Spear of Jarden and are going into the void. Why are they going into the void? What are they looking for? And also talking to people who come back.
I don't know. They've had people come back. Okay.
Yeah, there's
Interesting.
a couple of people who there's usually so when the World Storm falls once a year, there's a progression of worshipers, curiosity seekers, treasure seekers who will go to the edge of the World Storm, wait for it to fall, rush in for that hour that it's down, and then rush back out. There are literally magical artifacts sitting in the sand right around where the Union was.
I mean, that makes
right?
sense. Yeah, because we know from out of character, we know that like there was a whole town that was being built up around the Union at one point in time that had people, craftsmen, tradespeople, and all sorts of stuff going on there at one point in time. Even if
also rumored that they stored thousands of magical items inside the Union. That it was a vault for these items as well as a place to put the demigods, because both things were out of control. The proliferation of magical items was as much of a problem as the demigods were. You see these very powerful things that were just meant for destruction, so they kept them here. And that probably wasn't the best place. It's like when you have a jail and you put all the bad people in one place. Like maybe that's not the best move.
So not only did we watch the big interdimensional needle explode, but we also watched all the nukes in the world of Godsfall explode.
Diamond. If I heard that, like if people were discussing that, I would have. Diamond, you didn't come into the Union the same way me and Ashrin and Yara did, but we went down this canal through this town, and there were these farmlands. A stupid amount of farmland. Like they were gathering food. They had grain silos, and it was way more food than the town could possibly need. They were storing food. They were storing resources there. So it wasn't just magical items. They were getting ready for something. I just knew it when I went through there. They were stockpiling. I could feel it. So I don't know if that is the same for the same reasons they were stockpiling weapons, but normally you're stockpiling weapons and you're stockpiling food, shit's about to go down.
Yep.
So it wasn't just like a bank. It wasn't like they were just using it to store them there because they were dangerous. They were storing them there to use.
Preparation for future
Something.
operations of sort. That would.
I'm curious.
On
sorry.
all that. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if in Ashton's investigation she finds like a year, how long it's been on the interviews and stuff.
Yes, well, there would definitely be indications. So there is, as far as this is concerned, right? It has been 107 years since the Gods War.
Okay.
That's what you can tell by looking through these.
Sorry.
At least that was the last time someone was here taking notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aram, can I figure out if anybody died in the Union? Can I feel like if anybody's life poured?
How would you do that?
Well, I feel like if it's a life string, you might see things unraveling around the Union.
Sure.
Like they might still, the ghost of the strings
Yeah.
might still be there.
Yeah. I would say you need to get a closer look, but you could
Okay.
absolutely infuse the telescope with your divinity and try and see those strands. Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
I've been trying to pull the canvas off and get it working and just
Yeah.
dusting it off a little
Sure.
bit. You know?
Roll me in athletics, or
Cooley cool.
no, fuck
I
it.
can
Roll me
aid.
in athletics.
Alrighty.
I can aid.
Sure. Roll me in athletics with advantage. As Magnuson's like lifting you up, you can grab the
Yeah,
strings.
giving me a boost.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look at
Oh,
that.
damn. Okay.
Damn. Yeah, you guys are
20
winning.
teams. Damn.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Magnuson? It's not too unlike when you like untie sails and there's
Yeah.
like there's just a lot of tied down stuff in the air, so it's not unlike
just-
this. You guys make short work of this. Yeah.
I will say in the background, like as they're doing that, Diamond has been like, since that door basically fell off its hinges, like she'd seen that and like immediately like went back and just like went over, had like was undoing hinges and stuff like that, reached into her bag, pulled out like new metal that and was just quietly reshaping it to make new hinges and like
Oh, yeah,
put that
totally.
on. It was like putting the door back on and stuff.
There was
like
a couple broken items, absolutely. Like you're just going through the whole place, just like fixing shit.
oh yeah, no, she walks like two steps, finds something that's broken
Right.
that can be fixed, and it's just like doing that. Like
Right,
that's
and you
that's
have-
just happening.
You have mending.
Diamond,
you have
I don't-
mending at will,
I-
right? I'm pretty
I've got
sure.
I've got the
Yeah.
mending cantrip, and then on
Yeah.
top of that, I've got my demigod power, which like I have improved mending, so I can do
Yeah.
like it's just like I can do mending, but also like if you could like do the whole thing like leveled spells where like at higher levels it does X thing, I can do
Yeah.
that. So I'm like
improved mending is like the only thing I'd want in reality. It's all I would need.
so useful. It's
God,
so
it
useful.
would be amazing.
Diamond, can you help me get this telescope working?
Oh, yes, I think so. She
Oh,
like
I
looks
want to
at
take
it.
a look.
Would you
Like, she
roll
takes a moment.
divinity?
She like squints an eye.
Yeah, Diamond, roll divinity as you're taking a look
Yeah.
at this. Yeah.
That's my
'cause-
intelligence.
Amity was
Yeah.
like about to question Diamond on the whole point of fixing things that are about to get sucked into a black hole, but is like everyone copes in their own way.
Yeah. Fair.
So it's only a 12 total, but
Something is keeping it from not being. It's not trash, but it's kind of currently trash because something isn't working.
Yeah, so you like see her like looking at it, and she like squints an eye a bit, and like one ear like tilts down. She's like, "It is not. It is trashed currently, but we can fix it. It still has potential."
Yes.
So she is going to like scamper over to it quickly and just start like with minor disregard, other than like checking like she takes a moment, stops, checks structural integrity on this thing to make sure that like touching it isn't going to bring it down.
Sure.
And once she knows it's solid, she just starts scrambling like up and down,
Right, running
like,
up and down like a raccoon, looking at things, pawing at
yeah,
it.
like, just like trying to find like, okay, what's broken? Is it a lens? Is it like the mechanism that allows it to move around? Is it some combination of the things? Has it simply rusted shut in certain places?
Yeah.
Is it missing a piece? Has something been removed that needs to be brought back? She's just going through trying to get an idea of like how it works. Like you see her like stopping in certain places, like poking fingers in to like look at like parts of mechanisms and like getting an idea for something. You see her probably at some point like reach into her bag, pull out like a journal, and she's like kind of like making notes of like, okay, this works like this, and then like immediately
Drawing
scampers
things,
off to something else.
checking pages and like comparing things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I would say you do that for like 10 minutes and everything is fine. And you're just going through one check after next, and it's getting frustrating because like it's perfectly in working order. And then you finally decide to actually look through it, right? And when you do, you can see that it's filled with like all these different webbing. And then you realize it's filled with cobwebs.
Oh, yeah. So she like sees that and then like leans back. She's like, "Oh, this is frustrating. It is full of cobwebs." Well, this is not the most impossible thing to work with. We'll simply have to find a way to clean it out. She like sort of like looks up. I might need to open it up.
If you open it up, I can probably help get some stuff out.
That'll work. So she'll like
All right.
she like reaches over, like takes her bag off because she's gonna have to like crawl inside for cleaning stuff there.
Oh, well, you got two options. I mean, you could unscrew several things on the bottom or one big thing on the top.
probably the stuff on the bottom is going to be the safer bet there, because I do not want to drop a giant lens off the end, because
There
like...
is that, yeah. All right, then,
if I break things on this side, it is much easier to fix than a like giant lens at the end, which tumbles off down the mountainside. Gone.
Fair. This is bad. Yeah, I would like you to
Can
do.
I-
Oh, please go ahead, Amity.
I was only going to say, while they're doing that, can I just be, I'm just going to get up to the opening where the telescope points out, and I'm just going to sit there while they're fixing it, keeping an eye on what's going on. So that if I think at any point we're taking too long to do this, I can let them know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was actually gonna say the same thing, but at the door.
Sure.
'Cause
so you're
none
down
of
by
this
the
is-
door. She's up by like a little platform near where, because there's
so
like
I'm looking
a little railing
at
all around the
the-
edge of it.
Event horizon,
Sure.
basically. I'm like perched up there watching that stuff get sucked into it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's still pretty far. There's an occasional bright flash of purple energy, like lightning, but coming from the ground up. And you can occasionally see where a big chunk of Earth has broken away, because there'll be a flash of this pink and purple energy as it crackles and then fades into the void. Yara, you pretty much see the same thing. I would like you to roll a perception roll while you're out at the front.
Don't roll it, Yara.
Don't roll it?
No, remember, you're passive.
Oh, well, it's not a passive thing. So passive, Astrid,
you're
is when
actually
you're
looking.
like casually looking.
Okay.
But perception is when you're actively
Yara's passive is really high.
That's fair.
It's 22.
Yeah. Jesus.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Ooh.
What
that
do
gives
your
you
elf
what?
eyes
What is
see?
what is your total with that? Is that
25.
Fuck. Yeah. So you do a scan as you walk out front, and Oinkers goes out with you. And Oinkers is like looking around and like perch and like keeps changing into different animals. Like it turns into a snake to get up a tree, and then turns into a bird to fly over to the next one, right? But like is not really paying attention. This is kind of playing. Whereas you're actually looking, and you're scanning everything and like looking at all the details, and like you've been in mountains before. There are those mountains that come out of the top of the Ironwood all the way to the north, and they're pretty high, and there's a lot of snow in them too. And as you're looking around, like something isn't right, and you can't quite put your finger on it. Then you realize that there are a lot of spiders.
I
A lot
was
of
just
different
going to ask
kinds
about
of
that.
spiders,
Yeah.
and there shouldn't be spiders. It's understandable that there might be some living inside the observatory, but out here in these conditions, it does not make sense.
Astrid doesn't like spiders.
I don't think very many people do. She would call Oinkers back to her, and just be like, "Can you just stay close, Oinkers? Stay right next to me, please."
Yeah, I can do that.
And then she'll look around at the spider. No. And then she'll say,
Oh, a spider!
Oinkers, no, stay here, please, honey.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh, a
she will
spider!
look up.
like just like right around you, like not.
So
going
there's like
anywhere.
a bunch of little tiny ones, right?
That one was big. That was a furry one. They were the tastiest. Oh, got some fur in my teeth.
And then as she does that, she's going to just walk in and close the door behind her, and she will kind of go up to Diamond, and she'll just say, "Oh, Oinkers is with her, by the way. She's not going to leave Oinkers outside."
That's kind of. But you said follow, and I did. I follow orders well.
And
a spider.
She'll whisper, "Something's not right here. There's a lot of spiders in these mountains."
Delicious spiders.
So yeah, like Diamond is like like working like on the bottom of the telescope, and sort of like stops as you say that. And she seems to consider for a moment. She's like, "They're very high up in the mountains. Why are there?"
It's not right. We need.
Did you say spiders?
Yes.
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 Not rich people. Is it rich people spiders again? Is it the ones with the rich people in them?
No, it's small spiders. It's like
I'm climbing.
there's
down.
a large nest around here, and then I'm assuming they're like coming into the building right now.
Yeah, as you're looking, there does seem to be a proliferation of spiders. They're coming in through cracks in the windows. Amity, up where you are, you're seeing them come down the top and inside, and it's
Like
kind of,
as I'm climbing down the wall, are they
Yeah.
with me?
I want to
Yeah,
get up
they're
on
just
top
moving
of
with you.
something.
yeah, like a chair.
Yeah.
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 And then she'll turn around, and then she'll turn around. Excuse me, what are you doing, Mr. Spider? We're trying to This isn't your place.
Can you talk to spiders as well? Can you talk to
I can
all
sp-
life? Right.
I
They're animals.
can speak,
Yeah.
read, and write, Sylvan, and beasts can understand your speech, and you gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions. Okay.
Right. So the spiders
Oh.
can't talk. However, what do you ask of them?
So basically, Yara is asking, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Can you please go away?"
Okay, so, like, as you say that, all the spiders within 50 feet of you just stop and slowly turn with all of their eyes and then quickly begin advancing on you. So, like, it's... You don't think they're going to attack you, but it's kind of startling, right? And then they kind of just pile up on top of each other all around you, and they just start weaving little webs and making little designs, but they're all working together. Like, one will weave one and then pass that strand to
Can I tell what they're
another.
making?
Yeah, you can easily tell what they're making. It's like a loom, but they're constantly making words and then pulling them apart and then remaking them. So
Okay.
Oh.
they turn to you and they say, "We are here."
Okay.
I want to get off the chair and walk up to this woven structure
Hello.
and say, "Who? Who is
Who?
we?"
We are we.
What are you doing here?
We are here. She
Okay.
is
Right.
here.
Guys,
To
this is
do what?
guys, I don't know who. This has ominous bullshit written all over it. Shouldn't we be looking for an
Spiders
escape
are
route?
welcomers of...
But it's pretty.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's
Well,
really
if it
pretty.
was-
It's beautiful.
If it was slugs, I'd believe that, Aram, but it's not.
I don't have a problem with spiders. I live in an abandoned theater, but my point is that, like, maybe we should be looking for something to put in the book so we can leave. This is not a couple of spiders. This is a hive mind of talking,
Oh.
writing, loom spiders. I think we should
What if I
go,
put
no?
one of their strands in the book?
No, we don't want to go anywhere that sent these.
5 spiders weave together like kind of a braid. The two is just back and forth.
Ashrin,
I will pick it up.
do not.
Instantly, like it separates in your hands. You have full control over these multiple strands, and they like unweave in your hands, then weave back together a little tighter. And yeah, it's a little braid you could put in the middle of the book.
Ashrin,
Okay.
this is the dumbest thing we've done yet, and
No.
we have done some dumb shit.
This is fine. They all start chanting, "Put it in the book." No, that does not
Ashrin,
happen.
do not put that in the book. Ashrin, do not put
But
Who
I
I
want
did-
more
who-
information.
Who is she?
Oh, and they like to. They don't say "oh." Oh, no, she will be here soon.
I think we should put it in the book because I want information.
I think we should set it the
I'm
fuck
sitting on a
fire.
I'm kind of sitting on a chair watching this happen because I'm pretty sure I
so-
could just see this.
Yara is
from my
going to
chair.
say,
Yeah.
"Tell her we look forward to seeing her."
Okay.
What does she want to do?
And well, okay, wait. So you say tell her you look forward to seeing her.
Yeah.
A curtain seems to unfold in front of you, and darkness seems to part where there was none, and a woman is standing there. Why don't you tell me your
Die. We're gonna fucking die.
In front of you is this 6-foot tall, incredibly pale woman with dark hair and dark eyes and dark nails and this flowing dark gown that seems to touch its shadows at the edges and vanish and come back. Everything about it seems to move in an unnatural way, and it seems to take up space and then suddenly not take up space all at the same
Yeah.
time. Her voice travels. Sometimes it's coming fully from her, sometimes it's coming mostly from her, but also coming from every spider around her.
So I'm right up next to it. Is this like
Oh,
a projection of her or actually her?
It's
I was just
definitely
about
a
to
person. There's something in front of you. You can
So,
sense it. You
I would
can
like to make
feel
a
it.
quick insight check.
Okay.
Hostile, non-hostile, like angry, happy. Like what? I know it's not.
Yeah.
We haven't had a
Object.
conversation
Yeah.
yet, but
Yeah.
I just want
Go
like
ahead.
a general idea.
What's the body
of,
language? Yeah,
Yes.
I got you. Go ahead. Roll that.
That's a 13.
Yeah. So
While
I mean,
everyone's distracted, I would like to use my cutting hands to locate my tinder and flint in my bag and get them from my my pouches on my
Sure.
belt
yeah,
and
yeah,
get them
yeah.
behind my back. I want
You
to
got
have
this
tinder and
ready.
flint in my hand.
You got them you got like your thumbs behind your back, just loosening this, just getting it all ready. You've done this. So you're basically right now. What was the guy's name from the Good Place who would always light a Molotov a cocktail whenever there was trouble? Right?
Jason.
Jason. You're basically
Jason.
Jason right now. Yeah.
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 Just doing
exactly.
very quietly behind my back.
Totally. Yara, while wait, I'm sorry. The last thing that was asked was, Yara, you asked.
So she said, I just asked.
Magnuson.
Magnuson.
asked
I have
something.
one
Sorry.
quick point of order.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna grab the clasp of my cloak
Okay.
that has the kind of the symbol of of my queen, and I'm going to cast my channel divinity to give myself a +5 bonus to charisma persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes.
So how does this
the event it
manifest
gets
on
there.
you?
It's
Are you just
kind
like
of a,
suddenly like just so swarthy and your hair
no.
flips
It's
the right
more
way?
of it's more of I put myself in the mindset that I am an emissary of my people,
Sure.
and I'm
Sure.
acting on behalf of my people, and my people being my party.
Cool. So there's kind of like this calm and this presence where you just feel much more reliable and
I feel much more focused.
that's cool. Like your purpose is there. You feel
Like I
this
have-
divine.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you do that, what is your relationship? Like who does Magnuson worship? If there is a specific god, or are there just many gods, or is it just religion in general with Magnuson?
It's kind of an all-encompassing religion, but I feel like if you had to pick a specific god, it would probably be Radia.
Mm-hmm. Will.
And the kind of he kind of lives under the idea that a person's willpower can drive reality,
Yeah.
and you can create your world.
Yep.
Not specifically like the physical beings of the
Sure.
world, but you can create the circumstances that allow you to live in the life you want through
Well,
sheer
that
force
belief
of will.
structure has been heavily reinforced by your recent experiences.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
That does make quite a lot of sense.
And he's kind of leaned into that a little bit more recently.
Sure.
So I think he's almost kind of calling upon. He's like asking for a little bit of extra willpower.
Sure. Absolutely. And you feel it. You do feel that courage and that strength, but there's also a chaos. Something unsettling, like your heart's beating fast, as if you should be panicking, but you don't know why. Right? That
Something
is
is
an odd
off.
feeling for you to have. And the woman just like cocks her head and smiles at you. And she's sitting, even though there's no chair underneath her, she's just sitting, right?
Mhm.
That's an interesting little trick you have. Didn't reach
So-
out to any of them from me, just from here.
What's your name?
Ranger. I have so many. What's yours?
Yara walks up and she remembers something that her mother always says, and it's always important to include the eyes when you smile, otherwise people will know you hate them. So she smiles fully and includes her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
She does a little bow, and she says, "I don't know who you are, but you're obviously someone very important. I am Yara. It is a pleasure to meet you."
Leitcha. Thank you. And she smiles broadly in return as 8 eyes open all over her face, all solid black, wink at you, and close again, and vanish in her flesh, except for her 2 main eyes. Politeness is such a rare gift.
And then she'll say, come, we must introduce ourselves to our host."
I suppose, host. Not really my taste. As she kind of just flicks some papers off of a desk and watches them fall like a cat would. But yes, I suppose I am here now. Infused a little bit everywhere. Explosion was quite a lot.
Did you make it?
No, you did that.
How did we do that?
Well, your timing was excellent. Just a little bit of ability to send everything chaos. You blew it up. Killed so many. And so many more will die. You see at the edges now how it's falling away. More will die, but impressively, that's not the end of the... See, you released something. And as she's talking, the spiders are now forming on top of each other, like 5-6 feet in the air, until they form a representation of the Union. She just kind of walks around and she traces a finger, and as she does, the spiders spill onto her finger and back onto it, and just kind of like moving back and forth with her. See, there was some stability in what was here. All these worlds are little. All the places you've been, slide in and out between them because they're all connected. I can see them on, especially you, Ashrin? Yes.
Yes. And your
Yes.
name?
And I have so many. Call me whatever you wish. Not particularly attached to it.
Does anyone want to make a religion check to see if they can
I
recognize
will
this lady?
love a religion
Yeah.
check right
Sure.
about now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Out of
Absolutely.
character, I know, and it's killing me.
It is
Yeah.
killing you.
Can I try something while they're rolling those?
Sure. Well, who would have the highest religion? Well, who's
I have
asking?
a +5.
Yeah, let's have
Yeah,
Yar
not
and
me.
Magnuson roll, and then what are you asking?
Oh, sure. I
in
have
the
a I have a
meantime?
+0. Like I don't know
Okay,
any of the gods.
Let's have
I've got a
Magnuson and
+3.
Diamond roll. Okay, yeah, let's
Yeah.
have Magnuson and Diamond roll. So Magnuson got a 17, I believe.
17, that is
Yep,
correct.
nice. I can't see that one sadly. What was that?
That's a
That's
9
a
total for
9.
me.
Okay, and then Amity, what were you doing while they were
Just
religioning?
while they're talking, I'm standing there. I'm not saying anything. I'm not
Sure.
doing there. I'm standing there in total silence. But in my head,
Yeah, they are fighting.
I saw that shit went weird after the thing in. So I am looking for Barrett.
Sure, absolutely. So you're kind of scanning the sky, right? There's that.
No, I'm trying to do what I did before by accident with my sword when Barrows found me in the forest,
Yes.
and I want him to find me again.
Okay, so you're basically trying to be like a Barrows, come here, that kind of thing right now.
Huh?
Okay, fair enough. So you're making a beacon. I like it.
Ah,
You're, like,
okay,
out
so
there,
you want
like,
Godzilla to
lightning,
fight Mothra, okay.
like a big
And
old
I'm
umbrella.
up. I'm up.
I'm
by-
basically I was obviously before I was trying to connect to repel, and
Sure.
Barrows found me.
Right.
This time
yes.
I know
that Barrows out there. Looking
I
for
know
you.
how it felt when Barrows found me when he was screaming
Yeah.
at me through my sword.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to recreate that moment.
All right, excellent. Okay, and in the meantime, Magnuson, she strikes you as like there is like some aspects of her that could tie into gods from your world, but something seems completely alien about her. There's nothing in particular that like this is the god of this or this is the demigod
Is-
of this.
So is she human?
She appears human. Her
Except
eyes
with
are
8
solid
eyes.
black. Well, like they'll appear and then vanish, but yeah. So she's like she looks human. Like there's not elf ears, right? There's not gills, right? Like she has hands and feet. You know, she's walking around, right? But there's something definitely alien about her, and there's a power and like
You said
sorry, was that?
you said we released something. You are that something, isn't it?
Well, I was. Well, you blew up where I was.
Can I
Now-
tell if she's connected to anyone
And
of
now you were
us?
free.
Yeah. So when you look at her and like she has, you all have
Because in
like, a
theory, I
strand
know that
comes off you.
all of us are demigods and we're all connected to a god.
Sure. And you like
Is she connected to any of us?
well, like everyone has strands that come off them, right?
Right.
And everyone, so like there's multiple strands. So you can see the strands that you all have formed with each other. You can see the strands you form with oinkers. You can see strands going off that eventually meet up with gods or beliefs that people have. She has so many strands. And there's one for every single spider. But that is it. Everything else, whether it's connected to a belief or a world or a religion or a thing, is just severed and just vanishes into nothing as they flail about.
Ashrin is gonna have like wide eyes and open mouth and take a step backwards.
It's fair.
Mags will
That's
step
fair.
up out of the chair and
So-
start taking a half step forward.
Question real quick, Rob. So you
Yes.
said that she said that, so, like, she basically confirmed that she was, like, let out when the unit exploded, right?
Correct, yes.
So Diamond's gonna, like, squint at her? Because Diamond's been backstage.
Right. Yes.
And she's gonna, like, squint a bit and just be like, oh. Okay, I've seen you.
Have you?
You're the monster that was inside the unit. Creeping,
Monster.
crawling thing.
Why would you
You
say
were-
such things?
You were very scary and a little mean the first time I saw you.
I had a bad. You could understand.
That is
Not
understandable.
used to these conditions. World storm was so loud. Liked that then. Quite interesting. Covered most
Rainbow
of your
Eye.
planet in a storm. A wonderful thing. So loud.
Do it,
Rainbow
Yara.
Eye. Rainbow Eye.
Rainbow Eye. Okay. So you activate your Rainbow Eye. What are you looking for?
I need my friends to tell me if I should run or if it's okay to try and talk to this person.
Okay.
Like those are the
alright.
two options.
All right. So
Because I'm getting very, very bad vibes.
okay. So what you see before you
Now you're getting
is
bad
that
vibes.
she's dead. That what you're seeing is not her. This is a echo of her, and she was so powerful that even though she's dead, there's still this phantom of her hanging around. But it's weakening and lessening, and you can see energy just leaking out all around her and going into these, like a little teeny bit into each spider. But you figure she'll won't exist in a week.
Huh. Not what I was expecting. Okay.
Well, Yara can't tell you that.
Yeah.
So she'll look around. Is there a chair nearby?
Many.
I just
Okay.
stepped out of one.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going
Nice
to
and
take
warm.
2 chairs
All right.
and she's going to put them across. Would you like some tea?
Well, would. But I cannot consume. Can't even breathe. Thoughts don't really match up.
I know. I see that you aren't truly here.
This is true. My time has passed. Things did not go how I expected.
So what will you do now?
I just want to entertain myself for the short amount of time that I'm here, and then you all. So many hopes and dreams and wishes. Yet all you've done is
She-
destroy.
We haven't destroyed. We've protected. We've restored.
Right. Little band-aid here and there. Work with the elves was nice. Sure. However, came here, blew up the Union. That's not great. But even worse, did you know that the heart of this planet was a Tarask?
Ooh.
You know
Look around
about
like,
the
what the fuck
Tarask.
does that mean?
Have you heard
What's-
of them? Now, in this world, none of you would have heard of this. This isn't
Yeah.
like a thing. No one's ever heard of a Tarask.
Yeah.
They are very special creatures. They are world eaters. I believe that seems like a fair phrase. They sleep within a planet for a very, very, very long time. Then eventually, when there's enough surface, they crawl from the heart to the surface and begin to consume. Consume and consume until everything is dead. Burrow back to the center, lay their eggs, and fracture the planet, sending their eggs off into the world to find a new planet. There was one here, growing in your heart, still very juvenile, but you released it and sent it to my home, where they are not prepared.
Comments.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay, in character I wouldn't get that, but
No.
Holy shit.
season 6 Godsfall out in about 3 weeks, everyone. Look forward to that.
Haven't listened to that.
Sorry. So you're, oh my gosh. So
Asher's gonna
Yara,
keep backing up.
Yara is going to look to Magnuson. She's going
What
to look to
is-
Amity. She's going to look to anybody near her, and
Oh,
she's going to
Amity's
say,
walked up beside you now because,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
this is pissing. It's pissing her off that she's trying to fuck with you guys' heads.
Magnuson is like a step back.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's just listening.
Yara's not being messed with right now. She's used to this kind of talk. So she'll turn to the woman and she will say, that sounds very unfortunate that you weren't able to see that to the end.
Well, I
But-
had
Plans.
All those eyes, and you never saw it coming, huh?
anyone is funny.
Oh, I do my best.
Well, I suppose I have about an hour left. And she waves a hand, and like you could just see several dozen spiders just leak out of this telescope from all sides, and she casually brushes them away, leans over, looks,
So-
adjusts an eyepiece, leans back up. Oh, accelerating fast.
So you say the world is ending.
Two worlds.
That's
Two
not,
worlds will end.
That is typically a lie, as you will be gone, but we
Yes.
will be here to stop it.
Oh,
So you can go now.
well, again, I'm an hour away from oblivion. I do believe I'll stay and just watch a bit. Use my advice. I have, after all, until now, immortal being.
Is there a way?
Yeah,
to
but you died, so I don't know if your advice is
Well-
going to be that good.
Still giving advice after death. Count for something.
Didn't help you.
You know, she just kind of nods. She's like, oh, it's fair. It's fair. And she looks wistfully at the tea that she can't drink and then goes back to waiting.
Diamond's
Is
gonna...
there a way to save this world?
This world? No. We have doomed this one. The other? My home. Yes. Yes, there is.
Oh.
Go to it and save it.
Where is it?
Gestures towards the telescope.
Diamond's gonna take a
The
look.
void?
Okay,
The
Diamond
telescope
walks up
there.
and takes a look, and you are staring at the void. And as you are, she walks up behind you and just gently brushes the edge of
That's
the
about to be your head.
telescope. Right? You're sad, right? Oh, I've waited 1,000 years just to pull that prank.
I put
Goodbye.
ink on the
Dunk on
edge.
the
Now
raccoon.
Amanda, I.
It's the wall between the spiders and the raccoons. It's been going on forever. Oh, one to us. So she
Diamond
walks
just on
up.
the floor like, I will be avenged.
And she walks up and she brushes the lens and she refocuses it. And there's like a shimmer of pink and purple energy that goes over your view. And so you can see through the void. And things are passing into it and passing through it. Into this other world and this other place. And you're high above this fantastic city with this huge ocean to the east. And there's a creature there and a storm. And then just kind of comes back to where you are, like refocuses, and you can't quite pierce the void anymore.
So I have a question for the group. I'm sorry. No, you're wrong. You say your thing, and then I have a question for the group.
I can get you in there. Show you the way. Nice. Little bit
Uh,
power.
What is the cost?
The cost? None. I'm just so bored.
Sidebar.
Yeah,
Let's
side-
huddle up
let's-
over here.
yeah.
Enjoy your sidebar.
So I have two questions, and Amity, I'm assuming you for the group.
Yeah, I got one, but you go first.
My first question is: do we think the gods knew about the Tarascan side of the part of the planet?
Probably not.
Probably yes, but they didn't care.
My question is, this is a bluff or not?
We don't know if any of this is true.
I totally believe this. Like, she's gonna be gone in an hour. She's just looking for.
I
anybody.
mean, Diamond did just basically see it, so.
No. I mean, I believe that she's dying. If you say that that's true, if you tell me that's true, Yara, that's fine. But if she's dying, I mean, she could just fuck with us with no consequences. Like, why
Are we
wouldn't
talking
she? She's
character or out of character here?
in character.
Oh, I was talking out of character. My bad.
My question is this. I know I told you specifically not to do it, Asherin.
I was gonna ask if it was a good idea.
Put the thing in the book and let's look.
Because every time I've opened the book, there's always been 2 pages.
Yeah, but I think if you put it in, we might see an image or something that will give us more information in this conversation than we have right now.
So
I wanted to avoid talking to her at all, but that's obviously out the window now, so.
So, Aram, when I open the book, I am
Yes.
fully expecting the void to still be there. The void
Yes,
string.
it has actually
And-
eaten up 2 more pages next to it. So there is a bookmark
not
dead in
good.
the center, and 4 pages around it are now just this, like, Vanta black.
Oh, we
Is there
accelerated
any
it.
Other bookmarks?
Put
in there?
the spider braid.
The
I will in a second.
only other, no, there are no other bookmarks in there because you've
Okay.
opened the other one. So there
Mhm.
are no other ones in there.
Okay, put the spider one in there.
Where?
On the opposite side.
That's near the
Not
end.
near the void.
Near the void. So
Not
with
near the void.
Not near the void. So either in the
Right.
beginning or the end would be the farthest from the void.
Probably
End?
towards the end.
Towards the end. All right, so you flip back towards the end, open it up, place this braid within it, and there is.
Wait.
I would
No,
like you
Amity would
to-
never figure that out. Carry on.
All right, so places it within it, and there is a rippling of the pages, and you're seeing a huge ravine cut deep, deep, deep into a mountain with a river that follows it all the way in until you get to this secluded area deep within this mountain that clearly is its own ecosystem, has its own connections and its own strands, and very little seems to leave it. It's just this little contained area, and you can hear spiders, but also something much larger like a gorilla. There's a flash of fur and teeth, and then it just settles into this large ravine and jungle upland. That's you can see.
Put it somewhere else in
Anyone
the
know what
book.
this is?
Can she put it somewhere else in the book?
Can't be lifted out now. Now that it's in there, it's kind of fused with the pages.
Okay.
Anyone
I
know
got a
what
character
this
pretty
is?
sure I know what that is.
I mean, I
Well,
think
out of
it must be
character, I'm
her.
pretty sure, too.
It must be. I think it's probably her world, and it's a way of getting there without trusting her. If we think that's where we should go.
I'm going
Go
to
ahead,
suggest something. I
Okay.
think in this case, it may be unwise, but she's looking for her last moments to entertain herself. We should go where she's suggesting we should go.
No. We should not do
Because-
what would entertain her own words.
Because-
Entertain the creepy spider lady.
He
Because
has no connections with anything else, just the spiders.
exactly.
That
We
doesn't make.
What
me
if we do this
trust her.
again?
No, but if
What
she
if we
doesn't
do
have
this
any
again?
Connections, I might be able to cut them all.
We
off
don't.
From her.
We only have her word for it that we did this at all.
That is true.
But what if she's right and we do it again?
Can I insight that?
Can you insight which part? I'm sorry.
The thought that we are the
Oh,
catalyst
that you are the
created
catalyst?
this?
Absolutely. Absolutely you can.
Because that just seems wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Anything we're doing make any sense though? is
Oh,
the
sure,
issue.
but that makes the least sense of all the dumb nonsense things.
Ooh.
22.
Yeah, I mean, she is pretty cool and seems to like not give a lot away, but there is nothing coming off her that seems like she's misguiding you or misleading you. Like what she is saying seems to be the truth, but she's obviously holding a lot back.
That tracks.
I don't trust her. I don't trust what she's
I don't
saying.
either.
I don't trust her motives. And I for sure don't want to entertain her.
But if we do this again,
I'm gonna break
again,
the huddle.
again.
All that I know is
And
that the
break.
book has gotten worse.
Well, I'm gonna leave the huddle.
Okay, that's got it. Actually, could you bring your mic a little bit nearer because you're going a little bit soft. Thank you. So you break the who broke the huddle? Magnuson?
Thanks.
Hi.
All right.
Hello.
And what
I'm
are
gonna-
you doing?
I'm gonna turn to her and take a couple steps forward.
All right. Approach.
Your home is in peril.
Well,
Is it ours too?
yes, but you knew that before you left.
But that is our version of home.
Yes. All the realities that are tied in, all having similar problems, all of you that have built this union.
Is there a way to stop its construction in the first place?
Perhaps. You've time traveled before. But you have to understand it's been built in many places, in many realities. Not, of course, you're a little bit sensible. But yours, it's what called me here in the first place.
You're not from our world, are you?
No. No, I'm
Who
not.
are you?
Slugs Senior.
I'm Slugs' older sister. You may know me. My name is Dolphin.
Ironically called snails.
One of her many names.
Yeah, right, exactly, yes.
All cards on the table. Who are you?
Well, I am, from my world, what you would call Mistrix, what's her name? Yes. Yes. She called me, yeah? Well, I meant to call all of us. You understand. Was her plan the entire time. It's why she was involved in this union. The others weren't, but she was clever.
The name Bistrix clicks in my head, right?
Yes, you all would know her as this world's god of chaos.
Okay.
So, our god of chaos is calling what? Gods from
other-
other existences? From
Every other
different
god of
realms that are not
chaos.
our home?
Yes.
Every
Every
other
other
god
one.
of chaos.
There are... Your world is unique. There's a couple different places where it branches out to every other reality.
Besides the Union.
Besides the Union. The Union was built to capitalize. It did not invent it. Think of it as a focus, battery. All that divine energy stored for so long.
What was your goal?
My goal. I stepped through a portal.
The collective of chaos.
Oh, I don't know. I was the first one she contacted. Little mistake for her. Killed her instantly. Was going to take over everything she had formed, but almost just as quickly I was contained within that storm. Been here over 100 years.
What was your goal?
Collective of Chaos is a really sick villain, like, group name.
Yeah,
Good
fucking
job.
great band name.
I guess well, my goal was to get out of the storm, so I guess I've achieved that.
But now you're dead.
Now I am dead.
Oh my gosh. There's too much information.
So,
So, you say there are other places
Yes.
in existence,
Yes.
in our world, that
Yes.
call
Other-
out to the different realities,
Yes.
the different worlds of
completely
whatever
other
multiverse
worlds,
we exist.
completely other existences like mine, but also many other similar worlds, like very similar. You've seen a couple of them, yes? Things aren't quite the same, mostly the same but different. Yes, there's many of them, all connected.
The Ironwood,
Yes,
branches.
yes,
Different
like a tree.
branches in a path or branches on a
yes.
tree?
And these would exist everywhere, of course, but perhaps branches in a web since you travel back and forth in time zone. Not really a one-way trip, is it?
That's true.
Right now we have 3 options. I see it. We have the void in the book, which seems like a terrible option. We have the web, which goes to a different place, like a ravine. And then we have traveling through this telescope here.
Am I getting
But if
anything?
we stay here,
Are you
There's,
getting
we're
like a
probably
signal?
gonna
No,
be
not at all.
we're probably gonna be eaten by the void.
I'm gonna close my eyes and try to become a beacon for Barros as well.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
I've
So
done
you
it
guys are both
before in
doing
the
it now?
Ironwood.
Yeah.
Well, I did it in the Ironwood before, trying to find the scoreboard.
Yeah.
My intent is to
Right.
kind of close my eyes for a moment and focus on it again.
Okay,
If
so
he can find me once, he can find me again.
both of you roll your divinities. You'll beat me.
It's a 20. Oh no, I rolled with advantage. Sorry.
Well,
No, it's the first roll, so
Yeah, so
I'd
it's the first
keep
one.
it.
So I take the just
26 and
Yeah.
an 8.
So, Medicine, you're having trouble. There's something about this place that like just interference everywhere. You keep just running into it. Amity, you feel a very strong connection with many things. The problem is that all of it gets pulled. Like you reach up and you can feel yourself reaching up into the sky, but it inevitably arcs towards this void. And everything, all this divine energy, all this thought, all this connection is just pouring into this endless hole.
What lies in the void?
Well, from what Diamond saw, a whole world.
Yeah, it might not actually be a void. It might be more a better way to think of it based on
It's a
what Diamond saw,
wormhole?
as it punched a hole into another reality. So like it's leaking into another one. Think of it sort of like a funnel. This is the funnel. It's funneling one reality through into another. Maybe.
I have a really bad idea.
Well, it can't get any dumber than what we're already considering.
No, it's a really bad idea. But can I say it out of
Dumber than
character?
trusting the
Can I
dead
see
spider
the
lady? Just
book?
say it, Yara.
I'm gonna
come
step
on.
back towards the huddle. Can I see the book?
Yeah, here you go.
You can't see the
And I'm
book.
gonna flip open to another empty page away from the void, probably
Okay.
towards the beginning of the book.
Sure.
And I still have that spiral. I want to say it was a like kind of like a red garnet style gem.
Yes. Where did you get that from?
Yeah. My backstory.
Your backstory.
Oh, right.
It's kind of tucked in my vest pocket.
Yes.
I want to place it on the page.
Yeah. Okay. So you open up the page towards the front of the book and you place it on the page, and it unfolds into something familiar, something there, and then you realize it's a blanket. It's this tapestry from a blanket from your childhood. And you recognize it so well because it's clearly woven by your grandmother. And that just kind of fills the whole page.
Can I lift it off the page, or is it stuck?
And it's part of it. Yeah. It's like it's as real as if it's a photo, but it's drawn. You can see where there's texture and like where like fabric has been woven into it, but it's part of the page.
What does it depict?
It depicts so the blanket again. It's like those. It's the very impressionistic dwarven style where it's mainly fonts. So it's like a nice blanket and it has like a bunch of words like you are part of the family and here's our family crest.
Dwarven art, mostly fonts.
Yes, dwarven art, mostly fonts that very clearly say what a thing is. This is a blanket. It is from and says who made it and where it was made.
Ooh,
Manufactured
très
here.
moderne. They made un blanket.
Yeah.
I want to run my fingers over it and see if it's something. Is it just pretty, or is it someplace we could go to?
So as you're running your fingers over it, you gasp because you can so very clearly see the village that Magnuson described in his backstory. You can smell the salt air. You can see the open whale next to you. Like everything is just you're just suddenly there, and then you get bumped from behind by someone, and it just jolts you out of it. But yeah, you could absolutely go there.
Again,
But
it's an escape route.
the very last thing you see as you're stumbling out of it is a 6-year-old that must be Magnuson.
Not the best idea.
I
I have a.
Do you say that out loud? Do you explain this to us?
I saw you. Saw you.
We have another option, but we have to pick quickly.
No, wait,
There's
hold
a-
on, stop. I have to think. I'm having an idea, and it's it's hurting. Brains.
Come on,
Wheels turning.
quick.
Time. The book. It's chronological. The beginning of the book is earlier in time, and later in the book is later in time. The middle of the book is the present.
You're right.
Oh,
Holy shit, you're right.
that is
I
why the
know!
void is bigger because it.
Carla figured it out 10 minutes ago, but Amity's dumber than me, so I was waiting.
Oh, shit.
I made to cross some T's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amity got there. The
How early in the book did I put it? Was it?
I would say, let's say within the first 10 pages.
You were very young.
We're all about the same age, except for me.
Now, of
So-
course, Magnuson being 6 would be like 30, but yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
we're all
would
about
need
the
to-
same
yeah.
age, so it would be when we were born to when we probably die.
This is the book of.
Time?
This is.
I don't know
a-
if it's that exact. It might not be that
Manifestation.
specific.
It's our timeline.
It's manifestation
but
of
From
our
our
time
birth
travel.
to our death.
There might be a
collective
bit
birth
more
to death.
give or take
Maybe,
than that. I
maybe.
don't know if it's that rigid, but
And the void is
definitely
coming
roughly
from the middle out.
I would like to
roughly that.
try and do my bad idea now.
Okay.
Okay, what's your bad idea?
Uh,
How about
what's
you
your bad
say the bad
idea?
idea out loud?
That's all right. Nah, it doesn't sound very yarn.
In character or out of character?
Yes.
Always in character. Rest of us are continuously talking in character. In
Yes,
character.
That's
Okay.
fair.
So she would turn to the lady and say, "Would you like to make a deal?
What would you like?
Extra who you are.
I would get a little bit of your power in exchange for one task that you would want to have happen."
That's interesting. Something I really want. But I suppose
We could stop your imprisonment if we really tried.
Dude, don't give him ideas. Don't give him
Also-
ideas.
I'm not convinced that that's true. So
That's also
Yeah, I actually don't know if that one if we can do that.
I don't think that we actually could do
Don't-
that. Magnuson?
What I'm trying to say is, her faith background. They make deals a lot.
He's bluffing.
Look, I'm just telling you what's
Don't
happening.
tell the DM.
You
To a
seem like
dead
fun.
god. I don't know.
You seem interesting.
But-
You clearly have a desire to be heroes. I always find that so amusing. You want to go save these people, save them. Whether you do or not doesn't really matter to me.
So you don't mind your existence ending? You wouldn't want to
Already
carry
Your
on?
ended.
power.
All things end.
All that
Mm.
untapped
I
potential.
have been curious about it for a while, Frank.
When
It's-
is
Would you like to see it end? The ending of the story?
I believe I have, but do you have something you wish to show me?
All I have are possibilities.
Show me a possibility.
She reaches into her bag and pulls out her coin.
Is
And then
it
she quickly hides it
vibrant?
again.
Yes, and like her eyes go just slightly wide. Oh, I see. Brought something very. May have power like that, but take it from one world, give it to another. Something very different.
Told you it was a bad idea.
What would you like for this
Yoro?
coin?
I'm not giving you the coin.
Oh,
I'm just simply stating that you can direct what the coin is aimed at in exchange for a little bit of your essence.
Don't need her essence.
this is a fair deal.
No, it isn't. For
Diamond
her, it's an amazing deal for her.
Diamond like stops and then like looks at Yara and says, "You can use the coin to just eat her."
Yeah, we
You can
don't
use the
need
coin to
her.
just beat
She is
her.
a. We don't need
The-
her. We don't
The
need
coin
her
is
for
better
anything.
than her in literally every way. You are trading down for a
Objectively,
worse
every
model.
objective way. What are we even talking about?
Would you like a
Okay,
bit of
where
my
do we want to go?
If you'd like a bit of my power and to save that world, and in saving that world to get some answers, I can help with that. You want to
Why are
leave?
we-
And that's all she
Just-
needed. She puts away the coin. All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Excellent.
And she says, "Where are we going next?"
And she
What is
just
the
I just learned something very big.
leans and taps on the telescope. Well, the one-way trip. I can get you there.
Oh, no. You're dead in an hour.
Yes.
I was talking to my friends.
Oh well.
But
enjoy.
now I know that this is worth very much to the other gods.
Only about 52 minutes, but I'll be here in the meantime.
Okay, well, let's not.
We can talk about what I just did out of character because I can see it's a little confusing to you all, but
No,
I
this
got
is
it.
not confusion. We're not
Okay.
confused.
No.
you're just pissed.
And
Yara,
get what you did.
confusion.
Yara, sweetheart, let me just be really clear. I was born and raised in a casino, and that was the dumbest bluff I've ever seen.
I've got a nuke. Just here on me.
Hello. Would you like to see my
it?
nuke? Ah.
I love it though. No, but what you got out of that, it was very risky to play, but what you did get out of that is that gods would be very interested in those
That's what I wanted
coins,
to
and
know.
gods
Yeah, like-
from other worlds would be extremely interested in those
Yes.
coins.
Because I assume like gods can just cast wish. That's not always the case,
Yeah,
but
that was kind of what I was thinking, and you
Yes.
did prove a good point there, which is that, like, that might not be the case. I mean, like, obviously she's dead, so extenuating circumstances, especially for her, but, like,
Yeah.
that, you know, like, that seems to imply that, like, even, like, Baros and the rest of the idiots would
After
want
all,
more coins.
it's
That
like
is
what her
correct.
mother always says. It's like what her mother always says. You can lead a hack of power to power, but you can't make them sign.
This is true. I
So-
think, but here's my thing. I have two problems with what we have learned from this interaction, other than how dumb that was. Which is one, comparing a dead god to a live god is like comparing a cat to a lion, and two, have we not always kind of known that the gods were to a certain extent finite? I mean, otherwise they
Yes.
would. Why would they have bothered making a deal with humans to deal with our shit? The
Yeah.
Union and the demigod bullshit, like they wouldn't be sending us through the Union if it wasn't for that. So, I mean, I don't know. I always just they wouldn't need to.
I get what you're saying, but I'm not playing my character that way.
No, I'm talking in character, Tyler.
Okay.
You just get it.
They're all
It's your
talking
accent. I
character
can't tell
all
the difference
time.
between your Amity accent and your real.
But I
That's fair.
am never gonna have an important conversation on the stream, not in character. Just take
Okay.
that as a read. Okay.
So
We still
Yara
have
will,
the same
Yara will
three
just go and say it,
choices.
but now we know for sure that how
More
valuable
choices.
this
no,
is.
we don't. We know that a dead god would want it.
She's not totally dead.
Yeah, but she's not really a god anymore.
Max is gonna lean over and pat Winkers and kind of just look at her.
Look, I don't. I mean, sure, but I just think we should. I mean, I don't mind where we go. Like, I don't know, guys. You decide.
You got something interesting to say, don't you, Winkers?
What I think a question we might need to ask is, what is the void and why is it growing within the book?
Well,
It
my
covers
pay
more
grade.
pages now. It didn't before. It only covered 2. Now it covers 4.
I agree,
didn't-
that's cool, but that's kind of a you and Ashrin figuring out deal. When you figure it out, I'll stab it, but
We don't have enough time here to figure it out. We're gonna
We
be eaten by the
try-
void soon.
We tried one thing, and she's gonna like reach over and like flip it to the void pages. Just very gently put a hand on it to see if she can see what happens, basically.
Sure. You open up to the void pages, you go to put a hand on it, and your hand just goes through the book, and as soon as it does, it's just racked with pain. You just scream and fall
I
to
want
the
to push
ground.
Diamond out of the book.
Well, Diamond didn't go in, like
Okay.
just like up to her wrist, right? Like her hand just went through because she wasn't
Okay.
expecting, and you pull out almost immediately, but your hand is like the color isn't there, like it's been drugged to ash, and then you see it kind of just reform. It's like incredibly painful, like your hand was healing frostbite as it
Right,
goes
close
back
the book
through your
back up
fingers.
quickly.
Yeah, fair.
gonna give a quick lay on
Okay.
hands.
Hmm. Not
Yeah,
injured.
like-
Not injured. Not actually hurt. Just hurt. Just it hurt,
Yeah.
but was not wounded. No lack of hit points.
Yeah. So Diamond sort of like looks at that and she says, "All right, that
That-
is."
That is not an option anymore.
So yep, we're not gonna do that for sure.
No, but it does
So
raise
we're
a
back on
question.
3.
Well,
Does raise a question that we
two,
need to be worried
telescope
about.
or ravine, because I don't think going into Mag's childhood is a good idea.
Okay,
That
so we're
should
down
be
to 2.
a last resort. In the ravine, we saw what was shown. There are
There were
things there.
spiders and something very large with fur that was growling.
Sure, but that's like half the world, you know?
That's fair.
Through the telescope,
Like growling
I
shit
saw a large place.
Like I growl half
an
the time.
ocean, and a creature, a very big one.
I'm just gonna
Well, and
kind
if
of close
she's-
my eyes and pull up Boris's pyramid in my mind's eye, just
Sure.
thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I've been trying to keep that up the whole time, by the way. For this whole conversation, I'm still like,
and if
Burrows,
she's
for
telling
fuck's
the
sake.
truth, we could go through the telescope and help that world.
and learn some answers. It did mention
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, you did,
Yes.
for sure. Sure, but that's true of any world we go to. I mean, there's fucked up shit in every world.
Yes. However, in this particular
one's
one,
being
you might
destroyed
learn
right
a
now.
method on how to get out of your predicament.
Insight check.
Sure.
He's holding something back. I want to know what it
She's
is.
holding a lock
Also,
back on
she's
this.
Constantly
also
holding
full of
something back.
shit.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's a 2.
Inscrutable.
That's a 9.
Can't help you with that.
Yeah, you're just, I mean, again, you still don't believe she's lying, but, like, you can't read her. There's always, like, this weird smile you can't pick apart.
Why make us go
Doesn't
through
even
all the
have
legwork?
you.
What legwork?
To learn
I was here and bored. And
You
were
want
here.
us to go find answers. You have all the cards, but you're holding them to the chest of the bitter end. Why?
Oh, I see what you're asking me. You think I know what the answer is and I'm just holding it above your head. No. I know that you want answer. I know that want can be fulfilled there. I don't know what the answer is.
I want to go.
Here's a thought.
Not gonna get that in her world.
You know, Diamond sort of gestures
if
towards
there's
the
answers,
woman.
then
Yes.
I think her world is the only option.
If we go with
I
her,
like the look of that ravine. It looked pretty chill. I don't mind the odd furry monster. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
if we go through the telescope, as she would indicate, we can always then go to the ravine afterwards, if that is not a place that would work for us.
Why are you
Put the
helping
bookmark
us?
Why?
That's a great question.
Because she wants
Why?
that
Certainly
chaos sword.
not.
You've made it your intention to know that you're a god of chaos.
Among
or-
many other things.
You've told us that we have caused the destruction of not one, but it's potentially 2, if not nearly infinite worlds on a grand scale.
Truth.
And you've kept us here using smoke and mirrors to then point us somewhere else that is about to be destroyed that we could yet save.
Yes.
Why? Why not just see it all through? What purpose do you have having us go?
I think people interpret chaos wrong. You see the destruction and think, oh, chaos. Yes, but
Chaos is a lack of order, isn't it?
That's
it's
not all it
lack
is.
of exactness. I know what will happen. This world will die. That world will die. Is it chaotic? Sure. But it's inevitable. And inevitable is so very dull. Then you come along. Little agents of change. Little sparks of light. Why not send you towards it? Why not see what next?
the change.
Because you don't know the answer.
Exactly. How exciting. And I
But
know
we
so
might.
many answers.
We're not gonna get anywhere with this. Trust me. She's 2 degrees off of me, and I.
Let's
No.
just go.
Oh, you
Let me
ready
tell
for
you,
it?
we've been hanging out in the order, and I'm part luck. So let me tell you, chaos is like you take order and you take chaos, and then luck is somewhere in the middle. I'm just, I don't know.
So I guess my final question for you. What are your last words? What do you want to be remembered by?
Oh.
I want to be remembered as an agent of change. This seems a fitting memorial to that.
The first thing you've said that I actually don't think is bullshit.
Still leaves us back at our choice. The telescope or the ravine.
I know my
Let's
answer.
just vote. Let's just vote. Put your hand up if you want to go through the telescope.
1, 2, 3. That 3 out of 5?
Telescope it is. Democracy rules.
All right. Blinkers walks up to Yara and like puts her little paws on your shoulder and like just kind of looks at you. Well, not paws, hooves, I guess.
How many spiders has she eaten?
So many. Like there's like a little leg wriggling in her teeth. Like her stomach is sore because she's eaten so many spiders. So many.
Oinkers,
delicious
no, don't
spiders.
eat until you explode.
Oinko, stop eating the spiders.
Hey, so little thing, I have to say goodbye. I can't come with you. That's not my place. We don't go there. But it's been fun, and I have other
do you
things
mean
to
we
do
don't-
anyway.
But you're my partner. We're partners.
I know, and we're friends. We always will be. Maybe when you come back, I can be with you again. But until then, I gotta say goodbye.
So, but this world's ending. How will we find each other again?
We always will. We're connected.
Out of character, is Orcus like gonna die on this dying planet?
I don't really die.
Oh, okay.
No.
She's a shard of Ova, so like,
Could be like
no, not
Ineos.
really.
That,
yeah, no,
I'm that. Out of game, that's what.
out of game, she's kind of a constant of the universe across all timelines. So,
Okay.
I think what
That is,
Rob's
I mean, it has to be
insinuating.
said, that is some plot armor to give an animal companion.
Thank you.
What I will say is what Rom's insinuating is that you can't take the Oinkers we have with because there's an Oinkers already in that universe, and we're probably gonna run into them.
But
And
then
he
you just
doesn't
gotta-
have. He only has one puppet.
It would make it difficult.
We'll buy you another puppet, Elron.
That's kind, but I cannot operate two. And I'm just being oinkers now. I can't fucking operate two puppets. I need a goddamn hand to do something. I have buttons to push. It can't be puppet show over here.
Yeah,
it
She's
cannot be
playing
puppet show.
Aram.
I thought she was
You
my
said-
familiar. Oh.
You set yourself up for this, Aram.
This is fair.
You made your bed, now lie in it.
She
Complicated
is the
problem.
point. The point is that she'll probably meet like the version of her from there will probably meet up with you while we're there. At the very least, once we get out of there, you know she'll come back. So
Okay, we're doing the telescope.
Okay.
tell us,
I give Oinkers a little kiss on her head.
Thank you. I missed you
Fuck
all.
shit up, friend.
It'll be nice to see you again. Be good, be safe. Take care of each other.
Diamond will
Eat
like
spiders.
reach
Definitely eat
I'm
spiders.
not gonna do
Good
that.
high in protein. Fine.
No,
Be
I'm
good.
good.
And then
Diamond will reach into her bag and like pull out, just reaches around in there, like comes out with like the remains of various foodstuffs that just random stuff. She's like, all right, this is for you. And just like, it's fine. Yeah. A very good pick.
Okay.
Okay, telescope.
okay,
So-
bye friends. Bye friends.
Bye.
Bye.
She's now very sad, and she says to Oinkers, just remember, the ending of one story is just the beginning of another.
That sounds great. Okay. Good to see you. Bye. Once I take it off, it's hard to get back on. Alright, so, you all say goodbye to Oinkers. Oinkers turns into a falcon and flies away. The woman is just standing there watching everything, seemingly, again, amused by all of it. And, I just said that my nails match theirs. That's awesome. I love that.
Nice.
It's my favorite color. I finally did them. It's like, I've been, stuck inside like everyone else. Why? But I was like, I'm going to do them for the show.
Good.
I got them done.
Live your best life, Rom.
That's
Do
right.
it.
So you guys get up to this now cleaned telescope. The spiders gather and take the rest of the tarps away to uncover the end of it. And you are looking at a crumbling void with a light in the center of it.
What do we need to do to be able to get there?
Are you ready?
Yes. Well,
Right.
Looks to the
As
others.
we'll ever be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
I feel like the animation on this is gonna be like old Power Rangers style, or like we're all in our different colors and we just kind of like teleport.
in order for you all to make this journey, you must consume 12 spiders each. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to do that.
Diamond's like, all right, well,
That
I've
was
eaten
rather
worse."
funny myself. Anyway, just touch the telescope, and then whoever of you. Oh wait, you, Ashford. Yes, you're the strands one, right?
Yes.
Yes. You look through. They all touch you. You connect to them the way you do, and then just extend that connection. What's the
Okay.
void?
We're ready?
What?
Wait, so we rolled a
I'm
bit?
not gonna ever answer that question
And
again.
as you're doing that, she extends her hand, and one spider gathers in it, and she moves her other hand over it. And as she does, the spiders turn to stone. She turns and hands that to Yara. Deal is a deal.
She takes them confused, because... Okay. Doesn't say much.
No, Yara, put those down.
You don't have to take the deal.
Yeah, that's the stupid deal you were pretending to make.
Oh!
Yes.
Yara,
Yes.
focus!
I was pretending to make a good deal. I wasn't actually serious.
Oh, I know, but it would have been lovely. And she extends her hand again, and the little stone spider like cracks, like it was covered in stone, kind of cracks out of it, and like looks at you. And for a second, you're pretty sure that spider flipped you off, and then just jumps out of your hand and back onto hers. Are you all ready?
That spider was so geared for a multi-dimensional journey, and it's just
Yeah.
like, fuck you!
Yeah, I
now I have
never
to die.
get to go
I have
on
to
the-
stay here and die in the void.
I never get to go on the field trips. God damn it.
I only lived for so many days, and now I'm gonna
Yeah.
die in a void.
Yeah, I had 3 days. This is all my 3 days. Between birth and fornication, this is all the time I had.
So, Amity's gonna step forward up to Asher and kind of give her hand a little squeeze and be like, I'll go first.
All
We've
right.
done it a few times, so it'll be
I
okay.
look through the telescope.
Okay, so you all join hands and look through the telescope.
Yep.
All right.
Sure do.
So you can bridge with them pretty easily because you're all kind of sharing your power, not all focusing it into you. But you can make the connection really easily, and it's just like you just extend a little bit, and then there's like a vacuum. It just pulls you in. You all are just suddenly falling as if like you fell in bed when you were having a dream. There's this rush, and you're all just stepped forward as if you stepped into another room. And you're suddenly in a palace. There's a huge open room. There's a throne in front of you with a woman in all silver sitting atop of it. To her sides are many other richly dressed people, all wearing masks. There's a cry from behind you as you look, and these balconies are just filled with people who are now shouting and pointing. The massive set of double doors explode behind you, and guards rush in to surround you.
Oh, we are doing this again. Okay.
I want to open
No,
the book
I just
again.
okay.
I want to open the book
Hey.
again. Is there another option?
There are no new options right now. There are the
Okay.
same options you had before.
Yara doesn't put her
Had-
hands up.
Hey, sorry,
Do we want
accident,
to go to Magnus?
magic accident, magic
Well, we'll see how this
accident.
goes.
The woman holds her hand up, and she just steps forward. This platform shown is about 20 feet in the air. She just steps forward and just glides down to you and lands next to you. Holds her hand up, puts it down. All the guards put their weapons down. All the people in the balcony grow quiet. Transportation men not work here. Hey, you should be here.
It's actually a really interesting story.
I'd love it.
And we would love to tell it.
And
It's
she reaches
so,
out and she forms a staff in her hand just out of light. And it
Ooh,
reaches down to the ground, and as it touches the ground, light spills out all around you and reaches up to form a dome around all of you.
Oh.
Now speak, please.
Zone of
Cool.
truth.
Zone of truth
Cool.
or
Yeah, everything
light
you
cell?
say has to be the truth now.
Well,
Speak, it has to be the truth.
so here's what happened. And Amity just kind of was going to tell the truth anyway, but
That's fair.
we, due to circumstances outside of our control and being unfairly kind of tested, it's a test, a magical test, kind of jumping between alternate realities, but also traveling through time. And it's all been a little bit unfortunate. And the last world that we were just in was exploding. And as it was exploding, something dangerous came to your world, and we don't fully understand it, except that maybe it's some kind of monster. And so we followed it to try and help, but we didn't really know where in your world we were going to appear, and we just appeared, and here we are.
You sent the creature.
Sorry?
You sent the creature.
No, the world exploded. Everything exploded.
And you are from this world?
No,
Not originally.
We hopped to
we
it.
hopped a couple of times. There was a lot of travel. It was
Where
exhausting.
Yara
As
counts
part of our as part of
Four or
our
five
test
worlds?
by our
We've traveled
4.
to-
I think it was 4, right?
No,
Was
it might
be
because I wasn't
5.
sure.
What?
It might be 5.
Are
we-
you?
I'm
in
Amity.
I'm a what elf?
in
See.
in the simplest sense, we're part god.
And there's a murmur. And she raises her hand again. Part God, say.
As in
Some-
half, as in demigods, as in children of, sort of, yeah.
She clasps her hands together, and when she clears them, this wind passes through all of you, just right through you, just kind of blows your hair and clothes around. But the others, the guards, and everyone else between her and the doors out of this chamber get blown to the side, not to hurt them, but to push them back. And her voice seems to bellow louder than it did before. Stand back! We travel. And she raises a hand and just kind of gestures with her finger as she walks between the two of you and starts storming towards the doors. You follow
Guess
her.
we're following her.
I think we should. She seems like
just-
the most knowledgeable person.
Yeah,
We
okay,
should
we're just gonna
follow
follow her because I don't know. What the fuck do we know?
All
We're
right.
basically prisoners, so we have no choice.
Yeah, let's
I'm
just
holding
rock
on
with
to
it.
the
I
book
don't know.
really quickly
So
so it doesn't blow away.
as she is walking, she is explaining, my name is Lady Silverhand. I am the High Lord of Waterdeep, the city you are in now.
Oh, fuck!
So as she's walking and describing all of this, she says that a few days ago, a creature fell from the sky through a void that seemed torn in reality and into the Sword Coast, several hundred miles out. We sent our entire navy and every powerful force we had. Do not think they will win. And she steps out into this like large lobby outside of the hall that you were just in, and she walks you onto this 20-foot wide disc, and she slams her staff into the middle of it and turns it, and little ruins, these little magical ruins appear all over the surface, and the outside ring detaches, rises to waist level as the whole platform lifts and carries you out of the palace and above Waterdeep. It is a gray and cloudy day, and storms crackle on the horizon. Occasionally, there's a burst of energy, the wrong color of lightning, and you can see shapes just through the fog, and they are very, very large. And as she's running over the city, you can see guards on the walls. You can see the Griffin cavalry flying around all around you. The whole city clearly knows there's a problem coming and is trying to deal with it. But they seem
As we
completely
pass over the
overwhelmed.
castle ward, I see my other campaign's tavern down below.
Yes, exactly.
Is that my bard?
familiar. Yeah. Right. And so she takes you out over the docks district and closer to the water, and you finally, start to descend around this small park just outside of it. And as she lands in this thick grove of trees and waves a hand so light appears in front of her, you see this large head, like a stone head of a woman, half buried in the ground so only one eye is visible, some 20 feet tall. And she gestures towards it. If you truly are gods, then you have power that can save us all.
We didn't say we were gods.
The demigod.
Part God.
Not God. You are divine. Save us all. Gestures. Stone. Clearly been here for some time.
How so?
You'd have to answer that. Solve
I
the
mean,
riddle.
Solve the
I
riddle?
would really like to emphasize to you, we are to gods what toddlers are to well-trained soldiers.
I, not a god, must be small in comparison. Solve the riddle.
That is wildly incorrect.
No, it's super not how it works at all. Even a
Lady,
little bit.
I know you're like level 20 from 3.5 edition. You can kick our ass any day of the week.
But there's something you
I
can do
really
that she
super
can't.
wish that was true.
Yeah.
Milady.
What is connected with the statue? Can I
So-
see?
Yes. Do you wish to look at
Anything.
it? with divine eyes.
Yes.
Okay, so as
I
you
want to
start,
know what it's connected to.
Look at it with
there's
your
power.
sexual eyes.
First of all, there is old power, early power before the gods' power within this thing that was. You can see all of it. It was a 100-foot tall statue of a woman in armor with a sword. You can see a time where they were out of control. Oh, when I whisper, I'm super choppy. Thank you for the warning. I'm not sure what's with our audio this week. I'm going to have to do some tweaking on it.
You sound fine to us, by the way, so it's just
That's
with
good.
Twitch somehow.
Yeah, somehow it's with Twitch. So sorry about that. I'm also recording so we can put up the full thing. So sorry about that. But I was like you can see this 100-foot tall statue, and you can see it in the city of Waterdeep and just destroying things. There's several other statues along with it with these huge, powerful, divine cords that attach to each of them, right? And you can see them now in the city, these statues who have been there for so long. There's 8 of them in total. You can see each of them and see these strong connections to them. And then you can, and as you're doing this, like you're kind of drawn toward, like you're kind of walking the whole time. And as you touch the side of it, you recognize now why it would be important for you. Because these are not statues. They are power suits, I guess would be a word that you would understand. And as divine beings, you can control them.
Remember when I said Power Rangers earlier?
Are we in a Pacific?
Ashton?
Power Rangers!
Ashton, are
fucking
these like the
Pacific Rim
golems
this
in
shit?
Ani?
These are the walking statues of Ani. You can see all of them. You can see the griffin. You can see the lady. You can see the knight. You can see the dude with the orb. They're all there. And each of you
Yes.
can take control over one of them.
Oh my god.
I turn back to the woman and I say, I'm so sorry. Actually, I think we can help you.
All right. You know
There
what?
it is.
I think that's a really good place to hold us then
Yeah.
for right now. So thank
You
you.
mean
all
break,
for
right? To take
joining
a
us.
break?
We
'Cause-
never took a break.
Yeah.
We didn't take a break once. We
we
went
took
for
a
2
break
hours.
and then we come
Yeah,
back.
no, let's run another
Combat.
2 hours. I'm down.
How
You
about
promised
this?
us a combat today,
I
Rom.
did.
You did.
We didn't look. I didn't expect that much negotiation, to be honest. I really thought we were going to get her a little sooner. But let's do this. Let's take a 10-minute break that we didn't take. I'm going to share with you the document that I have made that gives all of the walking statues special powers. You all will then choose your statue, come back after the break, and you'll tell me what you picked. How about that?
And then okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and then we'll do our goodbyes. All right.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to hear you for the next 10 minutes. So you guys are going to have to make your decisions and decide what you're going to be. I'll have no idea what it is. And then come back in the meantime. I'll send you the link in chat. See you in 10.
My god.
Oh my god, we're gonna Pacific Rim a Terras!
It's gonna be so
Okay,
good.
I need help. I need like the TLDR of Waterdeep.
Because like, if the God Catcher's bad for us, can we put Lyral Silverhand in that one?
Oh my god.
And welcome back to Escape the Union. So as you stand on the edge of the Sword Coast and look out over this tumultuous, storm-driven waves, what choices have you made?
Well, other people go first, because then I have a question.
Okay, so I am for sure, no matter what happens, taking the Griffin. The Griffin is a large stone griffin.
Yep. Yes.
That apparently has true sight as well. That's cool.
Yep, they all have true sight. So all the
okay.
statues
Yours
have
goes
true
up to
sight.
240 feet, though.
That's true. That's true. Eagle eyes, right? A little bit further. And of course, the Griffin statue can fly. Yep. Okay, so Yara's taken the Griffin. What else we got?
So Ashran, when connected with all of these statues, mentioned that the God Catcher seems very strange to her.
Yeah, there's something about it that, like, the others feel welcoming. The energy feels welcoming, like they want you there. You don't feel that way with that one.
Is that just for me or for any of them?
All of you. It just seems. It seems to have. The others seem to be here to be used by you and seem eager to work with you, right?
That one doesn't want to be.
It's not so much that it seems very eager for you to work with it, but the energy's different. Like it doesn't, like it wants something out of the deal.
You guys want that one, just be careful.
I am tempted.
Ashran's gonna take the
I am
one.
too.
She
Pretty powerful.
should take the Lady Dream.
You want to take the Lady Dreaming? Hey, that seems right. That seems pretty on brand. Yeah, excellent.
For listeners not knowing what the Lady Dreaming is, that's the statue that we saw immediately, and it depicts a elven woman in a flowing gown.
Amity?
And a longbow.
And a longbow. Yeah.
I don't know, Mags. I mean, I know the energy's weird, but there's something about God Catcher. I'm kind of into it.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, redeeming the thought
Really
of the
want
god
to
to
fuck
the
up
god.
some gods.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking redeeming the thought of the god to the God Catcher sounds enticing.
It really does.
That's
It
very
kind
on
of. But
brand for you.
you want to just like
There's
older
also
parchment shears for it?
yeah, because there's
Let's
also the honorable
go.
knight, which is
Okay, so
pretty
do you want to go
magnificent.
3 and then go, or do you
1,
want
2,
to go
3,
on
go.
1, 2, 3, go.
3? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right. 1,
1, 2,
2, 3,
3, go.
Can't see. Is it
All
paper?
right.
Oh,
Versus
it's
rock.
paper. Yeah.
You get the God
Yeah.
Catcher.
I'll take the God Catcher.
All right.
I'll take
you're taking-
Shahag and Humboldt.
Okay, you're taking Shahag and Humble, so you're taking the swimmer, basically. All right, excellent.
And
This is gonna be
going
fun.
to take the what's it called? She's going
The
to take
drunkard.
Really? Okay.
The great drunkard, yeah.
Okay, so I just want to point out one thing, and I fully support all of these choices. However, I'm surprised none of you took the Walking Knight, only because if you read in the description, their shield, when if an attack is directed at them that isn't melee and they do nothing else that round but block, they can stop any attack.
Okay, hold
They
on.
can
I'm taking the
absorb
knight.
any attack. Okay, there you
Taking
go.
the knight.
I
Hold
was
on.
like,
No.
it's like,
Had
these
I
are
lost the
fine
game of
decisions,
bull-
but
Had I lost the game of Boulder Parchment
you were
Shears, I was
taking the
gonna
knight.
take
Yeah,
knight.
that's what I
I did not read that part. I did not read that part about the shield.
Over the God
it's kind of a
Catcher,
vital
important.
part. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's
exactly.
important. Never mind. Look, I was just gonna choose the drunkard because I was like, well, I don't want
Does
to
the
be
most damage. Yeah.
It does the most damage, and the Hawkman's super fragile, so I'll take the
Yeah.
drunkard. But no, never mind. I'll take the knight. It's fine.
Go.
If that thing takes damage, it's fine. I can fix constructs.
There you
It's
go.
great. It's great.
There you go. All right.
I can never die.
So you guys are then all. So what the head is showing you is that you guys can all be taken to these statues. You can walk up to them, place a hand upon them, and you will enter the statues. Those are the choices you all have made, huh? Huh?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I'm taking
Yep.
the knight.
Then in the distance, you hear a howl. You hear a cry from a creature so loud and so powerful, and you see a blast of energy fly out from the clouds and high above. Well, head to your chosen statue.
Can
I'm
you?
gonna hold right there.
I was gonna
Sorry, go
say,
ahead.
can you insert a Power Rangers theme song as an outro?
Nope.
We can't do the copyright.
Yeah, we
Soon.
super can.
We
Yeah.
super cannot.
Hasbro is very looking.
Go Demi Gangers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We can do a parody. Yeah, but no, I don't want to be sued.
Yeah, can you
We're
find it?
more with the bridging? Surely we're more Voltron than Power Rangers.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. It is more
Yeah.
Voltron. It's like
You know
you
what?
have
Yeah.
5 Voltrons. Yeah.
I'm a leg.
Exactly. Yeah. You're all a leg. So, let's go around real quick and say who we were. So, start with Amity.
Hi, I'm Orla. I play Amity, the demigod of being really angry at people.
And then over to Ashrin.
Hi, I'm Mary. I play Ashrid, demigod of touching things that even remotely look like.
You.
Excellent. And then Magnuson.
Hi, I'm Chris. I play Magnuson, the demigod of secretly wanting to face his younger self.
Yeah, right? God, I just tell myself so
You
many
idiot.
things. I would tell myself so many things, but even if as my younger self I knew I was my older self, I still wouldn't. I would listen to a damn thing I had to say. I didn't listen to
Yeah.
anyone back then. I sure as hell wasn't going to listen to old me. Not going to happen. And then down to Yara.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I play Yara, the demigod of Gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what it's been for a while. And then last but not least, Diamond.
Hi, I'm James. I play Diamond in the Rough, the demigod of trash, and also the new demigod of fucking mech pilots.
That's right. That's right.
Yes!
All right, and then next week we're all going to be
Fuck
mech
yeah.
pilots taking on the fucking Tarask. It's a pretty average 4th level encounter, right? Yeah.
Fifth level.
Yeah,
Fine.
be Tarask.
Sorry.
Yeah.
5th level. Pardon me. So we should be all set for next time. We'll figure that out soon. For those of you who are part of the Patreon at patreon.com/Godsfall, my notes for the walking statues are already up and live. So head on over there to patreon.com/Godsfall. I've rewritten all of them. I've also rewritten the Tarask, and I will have those notes up next
Because
time.
it's a baby Tarask, right? You said it was
It's a
an
juvenile.
egg.
It
You
is
said
a
it was
we
like an
travel
egg
through
or something.
time.
Tarask.
It could be.
However,
Could be.
I have rewritten the Tarask to be more powerful. So, yeah.
And hopefully more mortal.
Yeah, so but it's a baby version of that one. And a juvenile version is fair. So when
Hopefully
it's
more
youngest
mortal.
and it's most strong, right? That's the version you're facing. It's 18-year-old self when it was fearless.
Great.
It's fearless and full of vim and vigor.
Exactly. Otherwise than that's pretty much all we have for this week. Join us next time. We'll announce it soon, and you'll be able to see a fight that will either be really cool or a complete disaster. I don't know how well balanced it is. I'm hoping it's good, but it's kind of hard to tell at those high levels. So
Yeah,
we'll
when the
see what
numbers get
happens.
this big, like,
Yeah.
listeners, we've got plus 16s to hit. At this point, it's,
You're gonna need it.
yeah, like, everything's wacko. Who knows how this is gonna go?
But we'll see what happens next time. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll be back soon for more Is the Union. Yeah, that. Bye.